everybody, it's Stephen and Walter here for another episode of So Chatty, and I got to remember the camera's up there to look at it, but I'm looking at my monitor over there. I'll never remember. You'll get used to it. Okay, so today, this is episode 160. It's October the 18th, 2014. Forgot to say that. And we're going to look at making an invisible pocket, which may be hard for you to see. Haha. Okay, bit of a joke there. But first of all, let's take a look at something I just created using my embroidery machine. And this is a tote bag. However, I altered the pattern because this tote bag, and although the picture makes it look fairly big, will hold 2 bottles of wine. It's meant to be a wine bag tote, or a wine bottle tote. I guess that's what I really mean on here. And what I did was I took an existing in the hoop tote bag pattern and reduced it by only doing a couple of the panels instead of all of the panels. And that made it the right dimensions for holding 2 wine bottles. I intend to give this as a gift. I'm actually thinking of making it a set. This would be one of the set, then the full-size bag in the same colors, the same design, and possibly a little zipper pouch too to go with it. I'm putting this all together for our hairdresser for Christmas, kind of a thing. But anyways, I'm very happy with the way it turned out. I think it looks pretty good. Do you think it looks pretty good?
Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah, it looks nice. And so, yeah, so you see, with your embroidery patterns, there are other things you can do with them than just what you bought it for. You can adapt them to, like I have here with the wine bag size, but you can also take some of the little blocks, say from a table runner or table topper. You could use those as a quilt. If you wanted to, you can make mug rugs out of those blocks. You can do all kinds of different things. Mix and match your pattern designs as well for a brand new and original creation. So you're not just limited to what the pattern says that you are making with it. Okay, and we'll go here. I hope this is the right button. Yes, there we are. Announcements, Sewing with Stephanie and Stephen, Wednesdays, 9 a.m. Links in the show notes. And of course, this weekend, Saturday, October the 19th, is the Idiot Quilter Fall 2024 retreat, virtual retreat. Everybody has signed up for it now, that I guess that are going. And I'm not really accepting any more people. Well, that's not completely true. This is Thursday. I do have a couple of spots left. So if by chance your schedule changed, you didn't think you could come before, now you can. Run. Don't walk to your computer and send me an email that you want in, and I think I can include you as well. I cannot include, though, any pictures of your beautiful creations to add to the slideshow because the deadline for that was midnight Monday night, October 14th. And I've already had a few people who missed the deadline, and I'm sorry, I can't put them in because I've already created the slideshow, and it isn't just a question of dropping a picture into that. So no. However, I would be more than happy to feature what you might have wanted to show in the slideshow on a future version or a future episode of the Idiot Quilter. So you can send it along and tell me that's what you would like that for, and I can do that. That's not a problem. Okay, so everything's in place for the virtual retreat. Tomorrow night, Friday, October the 18th. No, wait, yes, October the 18th. Yes,
So yeah.
I've got dates here because we're actually recording this a day ahead of when we usually do, but it won't be posted until the next day. So yeah, so October 18th, Friday, October 18th, is at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, the Icebreaker Cocktail Party. Always a fun time. We get to know some of the other people that are coming. If you can't make it to the cocktail party, that's okay. Don't worry about that. Okay, it's strictly an optional thing. If you have people in your household that are not going to necessarily go to the virtual retreat, i.e. your husband or your wife or whatever, and they want to be in on the cocktail party, they're more than welcome to join us as well. If you would like to show something during the cocktail party, you've got a creation, you can bring it along with you. We'll take some time to take a look at what it is. Just one item, please. because there could be quite a few people at the cocktail party. So we don't want to be up all night because we're going to be working the next day. But sure, bring it along. As long as it's not something that you've already submitted for the slideshow. Okay, that's the only stipulation there. And I always find with the icebreaker, you know, it always helps to have a beverage of your choice to wet your whistle or other parts. If you want a glass of wine or a beer or a smart cocktail, that's strictly up to you. Not a problem with that, and maybe a snack if you want. Make it into a party, okay? So that's Friday, October the 18th, which at the time of recording this is tomorrow night. And then the next day, doors open at 7:30 for the retreat. The official opening will be at 9. And yeah, but you know, you've got your spot. If you're registered, you've got your spot. It's for you all day. And if you have to leave at any point in time for one reason or another and then come back a little bit later, that's perfectly all right. And we'll go over the etiquette and little details like that at the cocktail party as well. Okay, I think that's all I need to say about that. If you're interested, we have about 81 people signed up for it. So it's a big group. I'm going to be very busy. And my trusty assistant, whenever he gets out of bed, will be there to make sure I don't screw up.
I'll try and get up early.
Yeah, I'll have a little special folder for you to keep you on the straight and narrow. Yeah, okay. All right, so that takes us to what we're doing today, the main event. Last week, we attached the yoke and we did the button bands.
We did the button bands on the two front panels, the left and right. We did the yoke. We did the back, pleat,
yeah.
And then we sewed the yoke onto the back and onto the front of the back side of it, so it looks like you have it on the inside of your shirt. And then we did a top stitch on the yoke.
Did we?
To keep it in place. Yes, we did.
Oh, yes, we did. Yes, we did. Okay.
So
how soon I forget.
This week we're doing the pocket. And in this shirt, we're doing a pocket on the left-hand side of the shirt, front piece. And if you're doing your own shirt, the pocket is optional. You can put it on if you want. You can not put it on. You can put one on either side if you want. But on this shirt, we're just doing it on the left-hand side.
And the reason I have to have a shirt with a pocket is because I have my glasses with me all the time. They're my reading glasses, and I need to have them with me. So they go in the pocket. That's why I told Walter when he first made me shirts and asked me if I wanted a pocket. I said, yes, I do. And he kind of went, oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of people leave them off because they're kind of fiddly to do, and it makes you make a shirt faster.
Without a pocket.
Without a pocket, yeah.
So that's what we're going to do today. So I'm just going to switch the camera down here to the work surface. There we go. And you can see we've got some fabric. This is fabric that's left over from cutting out all the pieces. And I guess this is why you always get 3 meters as opposed to 2.5. So you have a little extra.
Yeah, it's if you want to match the fabric with the pocket, you have to find the spot on your extra fabric pieces that match up to the front. And sometimes you need to search around a little bit to find a piece that will match.
And you have some tools here.
Yeah, I have marking pens here. I don't know which color I need for it. Actually, one's supposed to have 3 colors in it, but it only seems to work with 1 right now. And so I have a pink one and a, which I do tend to like, the pink one. And I have, it has a pink lead in it. And this one I have a white lead in it. And they're a chalk marker. And I like them because they leave a nice fine line. And you can sort of rub them off after you're done when it's dry, but you can also, if it doesn't rub off completely, it'll go away in the wash. So.
And then you have some double-sided tape.
This is called Steam-A-Seam. It's a product I use. This is a 1/4 inch Steam-A-Seam, and I use this to for certain areas. Like I used it on the front of the shirts last week for tacking down the button band before we sewed it. And you don't have to use it, but professionals probably don't use it. But I use it so that it's an aid for an amateur to sew a shirt properly. And what this does is it's a double-sided iron-on sticky tape, and it will tack down anything you need to do. With today, we'll be using it to tack down the pocket in place, and so it holds in place while we do the top stitching on it.
Now, question about this product. When you wash the shirt, does it wash out or is it permanent?
As far as I know, it's permanent.
Okay. I guess it doesn't really matter because you're stitching down.
You're stitching down. You want it to adhere anyway.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't use it to. I would still stitch down I would still stitch down the shirt after it's put on. I've never tried to adhere it and just use it that way.
And why do we have a seam ripper?
And I just grabbed it.
Oh.
I didn't particularly necessarily need it.
Oh. I see. I thought you might be making a comment on my ability.
What our steps will be today with this is that I'll get Steve to prepare the pocket piece and adhere it to the front of the left panel of the shirt, and we'll just pin it in place for that to get the right position of the pocket. Then we'll select some fabric that matches to the front of the shirt and put it over top of the pocket and align it in such a way so that we can align the patterned piece with the piece that we need cut. And then we'll cut the piece, and then I'll have Steve go through and sew the pocket up. And then we'll have to, then we'll adhere the pocket to the front of the shirt and top stitch it on.
Okay, sounds like it's very involved here. So, but we're going to break this down. Don't worry if you didn't catch all of that, because I didn't.
Yeah, we're going to have to do this in steps. So I'll have to show them how to do this, the pocket piece. Then we'll have to take a break and off camera, get the rest of the stuff set up in a way that we can show you in a more logical way than what we actually do to fiddle around to get it to work. Otherwise, we'd be here for like several hours.
Okay, I'm very, very afraid. Very afraid. Okay, let's get started. What do we do first?
Okay, so the one thing that we do first, and you sort of already did it, is we take this pattern piece, and there's a fold line at the top. There's a line here that indicates the grain. Line here that indicates the grain you cut on the grain for the pocket, and if you can. And here there's a fold line, so we want to fold this down when we're preparing to place the pocket, because part of placing the pocket does not include the seams and stuff like that. So we're going to place the pocket with the seam folded, and then so we know where it goes. So let's just start here with folding this stuff. Okay, you folded it here. It's here. Now what I'd like you to do is draw a 3/8 inch seam down this side here.
A 3/8 seam down that side. Okay.
Or a 3/8 inch line or whatever.
Okay. So we're putting this on the left hand side of the pocket.
Yeah, we're putting that up because I'll show you, it'll make sense when I.
Okay, 1, 2. That's
there's one. That's 2.
Yeah, that's 3. I know. I'm getting there. Okay. I'm just trying to figure out where my markings are. You have to remember, 1/8 of an inch we don't deal with a lot in. Okay, got a line.
Okay, we got that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to fold this in.
On that line?
On that line.
I have a suggestion. It comes from my paper crafting days. I notice you're having a little trouble making sure you've got it right in line. What if you put a light score mark?
You could.
And then it'll fold right along.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I know you didn't know that. I'm said.
Yeah, well, do whatever you want.
Well, it comes from my paper crafting days. So what I would do is I would just take the ruler, and I already measured it out. But after I've got it measured out and maybe drawn, I just take a blunt-like instrument. Well, we can do it with scissors. Oops.
Oh, good.
Oh, almost went in my toe. Oh, well, almost our first accident. Leaving the scissors closed, just...
Okay, now you
and I just cut it. Okay, we'll be back. We need Scotch tape. Okay, we're all fixed.
Now,
okay, so maybe not do a score line.
Okay, so now we got this in there, and we'll have it folded like this. And the reason why we're doing this is for pocket placement. We want to know where the pocket's going to go, right? So we need to grab the front piece of the shirt, which will be the left-hand side. That's the left-hand side.
Okay.
Okay, so we have the left-hand side of the shirt. This will be on a man's shirt anyway. This will be what it'll be your not your buttons, but your buttonholes on this side.
Okay.
Okay, and then you're going to put the pocket somewhere down on the front, right? Now, what our measurement is going to be for this shirt is we're going to measure about 5 inches, 5 3/8 inches down from the top part here. Where are we? Here, we're not in camera. Okay, we've got the neckline here. So we're going to measure 5 3/8 inches down. And there's this button band goes right here. There's a sew line for the button band here. So it's supposed to be 5 3/8 inches down and then 2 inches from that sew line on the button band. So what I need you to do, Steve, is to measure that down. And what we're looking for is the crosshair between this and the other one.
So it's going to go 5 3/8 down and 2 inches in, right?
Right.
So down, now we've got a curve up here. So is it going from...
It's going from the top of that curve.
Where that...
Yeah.
Okay, so where the stitch line that we did,
yeah.
the top stitch for that. Okay. And so we want to go how many inches down?
5 3/8 inches down.
5 3/8 inches. So 1, 2, 3. And you want to go into?
Yeah.
Okay, let's just see. If I bring this over to 2. 2 from the outside edge.
No, not 2. 2 from this stitch line, from the inside stitch line. See this stitch line here?
Okay, this isn't going to work like that. I was thinking I could get away with doing the 2 measurements at once. Can't. So
well, you can if you just had 2 inches from that. So it's about a 1 1/8 inch button band. So what you can do from the edge is
go 1 1/8.
Go 3 1/8 inches.
Okay, 3. And have we confused you? Maybe we should do it. How do you usually do it yourself?
Well, I actually do it from the inside here, but that's just the way I did. Just do 3 1/8 inches.
Okay, but I'm just thinking this might confuse people if I do this. Maybe we just do it the way you normally do it.
Okay. I need a bigger ruler.
How long do you need?
No, I need one that's at least 2 inches wide.
This is 2.5, okay. Or maybe 3.
Okay, this is what I do. You know. Okay, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2. How the hell is that?
1, 2.
Okay.
Just you're reading just.
Okay, so 2 inches. It doesn't have to be precise, so.
No, I thought it did.
No, you can be a little off.
Okay, so we're going 2 inches from the inside stitch line on the button band.
Hard to see. We're fairly even.
Okay. All right, and then you're going 5 3/8 down.
5 3/8 down.
Okay. So then you're going to mark that.
5 and 2. That's half. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Right there. Yeah.
We like to draw a little line down here. And across here.
Okay.
So now what I like to do is I like to make this a nice even line, so that you get a nice square. It's nice and even and square to
so it'll look straight on the shirt.
right.
You don't want a crooked pocket, even though it's an invisible pocket.
Yeah. Okay. So now we've got a little junction line here going straight down in here. So now we can place our pocket on it. Remember, we have the seam allowance folded in on the one side. So we've got this pocket that looks pretty straight. Now I want you to pin that in place.
You notice I reorganized my pins today?
Oh, yeah.
Got rid of all the bent ones. Okay, so pin it at the top.
Right. So just pin it in the middle.
Oh.
I want 2 pins so it doesn't move. Okay. Then now what we're going to do is okay, we may not have done that right.
What?
Oh wait, I think we're okay. No.
What?
We pinned through.
Well, you didn't say that.
No,
you just said pin it.
Yeah, wow.
I guess I pinned through that. Remember that little flap that Walter folded down in behind?
Okay,
we
want to unflap this.
Oh, that would make things easier, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and then we want to, because that was just your seam allowance and the pocket folded down. So now we've got it all unflapped. Now what we're going to need to do is pick a piece of fabric. See, make sure we didn't move it. Pick a piece of fabric that will match this front, but be bigger than the pocket itself.
Okay, so what you're doing then is you're making it, because we want to make it invisible, you're going to find a piece of fabric there bigger than this pocket so you can see where the pattern is on either side of it, and when you match that up, you'll have the pocket.
Yeah, and then what will end up happening is that we'll gently figure out where to cut the pocket on that. Okay, and then we'll cut the pocket out. So what I think we'll do right now is we'll cut out for a few minutes. We'll figure out where the matching fabric will be, and then we'll get it so that we'll have a piece that's bigger than the pocket, and then we can show on camera how it matches. Okay. Okay. We did the pinning of the pocket on the camera, right?
No.
We pinned the pocket on the camera.
Oh, we pinned the pocket. Okay, we're just catching up here because this has taken a little longer than I thought it was going to take, and it was painful watching Walter do it. So what have we done at this point? We have taken a piece of fabric, extra fabric, and we laid it down. We found where the pattern repeats. We matched it up, this piece of fabric, with what's underneath it, the pockets attached to, and we pinned it. And so it did take a little bit of manipulating of the fabric to get everything lined up, but it's now lined up. So now what do we do?
I'm going to double check here that our pocket hasn't shifted. No, I think we're okay. Are we okay?
Well, why would it shift?
Well, it looks, to me, it looked crooked. It does look crooked.
Well, how did we do that? Or is your fabric bulging up?
See, look at it, it's crooked, right?
Is it? Yeah, it is. So that's supposed to be, what did we say? 3 3/8? Or 2. Okay, I'm lost.
Okay, it's the measurements. 2 inches from the edge, right? It's 3 1/8 of an inch from that. But when I was doing the measurement from 2 inches in, right here, 2 inches in here, and here.
Okay, but it's...
And that was when it was folded, right?
Right.
We drew that line down. It looked crooked to me when we pulled the fabric off. That's why I
Okay, you're measuring it from the second seam line in that we sewed.
yeah,
Okay.
which is right there,
Okay.
right? 2 inches. 2 inches.
Where are you getting 2 inches on this ruler?
1, 2.
Okay. Just making sure because you're reading it upside down.
Two inches, and that is supposed to be 2 inches.
Okay. So we're a little crooked.
So since the pocket's underneath, we can just pull it out.
Pull it out, but we don't want to shift the pocket because it would mean that our fabric on top of it...
No, it doesn't matter. The
Okay.
fabric on top is still attached to, it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah, that's right. It's not attached to the pocket at this point. It's just matched up to the fabric underneath. Okay.
Why did it go there?
Well, because I don't think you're reading the ruler right. Where's your stitch line?
Right there.
Okay. So this is the line you're reading.
Yeah, and then this line here.
Right.
Okay. Did we not, I guess we folded it in, I suppose. Or didn't fold it in.
We did fold it in.
Okay. Then why are we out?
I don't know. Okay. Maybe the first time you shifted the ruler.
That's a possibility. Okay, let's do this again. We are folding the pocket. We're putting it in to that's there. And we're down the side here.
Okay,
right?
along that line, all right, that you just marked.
Right, and then I need a couple of pins.
I don't know the other ones you pulled out. I'm sure my feet will find them.
Oh, there's one here. Might have shifted when we were farting around with the fabric on the top.
Maybe.
Okay, now we're straight. Or look pretty straight from this side of the thing. Okay, we're good now.
All right.
Okay, so where are we?
So I don't know. You tell me. Where are we? Okay, we're trying to get this fabric.
Okay, we got the pocket placed now, and we were matching a piece flap of fabric on top of it that matches the pattern.
Okay.
Okay, and no matter where you are in this piece of fabric here, you're gonna, wherever you cut this out, it's gonna match, right? So what we'll do here is with the pocket is we're unfold. Of course, I did probably.
You pinned it into the fold. Wow. You said this was tricky.
So now we unfold this out, right? We've got this under the fabric.
Okay.
And we need to cut this piece out with the fabric. Okay, so what happens is we've got our fabric matched here, hopefully. Here's a fold. It feels
I was going to say, why is there a bulge?
Okay, there. Okay. Smooth it out here, the fabric. What is going on here? Okay, it's these stupid pins that you've got. And
yeah, it's always my pins that are a problem. Yeah, might be the pinner. But anyways,
okay,
yes,
so
moving
we'll
on.
smooth that out. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to fold the fabric here, right?
Uh-huh.
Along the edge of the pocket.
Right. And that's going to be a cut line.
Yeah.
Okay, before you go any further with this, I had a thought. What if you were to fold your fabric here and put a little washable glue stick on this,
Mm-hmm.
and then unpin the pocket, turn it over, and then cut it.
Yeah, you could do that. As long as it doesn't move.
I don't like this glue stick. Second. Well, it shouldn't move.
So yeah, I've never thought of this.
Because this is washable glue. People use this when they're doing FPP or EPP and other things. So then we smooth, actually. Now you could hit it with an iron as well, but that's going to hold. Okay.
Okay, well that makes sense.
All right.
All right, so we'll just have to unpin this.
And then careful when you lift it up, just to...
Okay.
So there you go. Now we can use a straight edge of a ruler.
Yeah, okay, that you can do. You can cut that out.
And so we're cutting it all the way around the perimeter like that, with that open, right? Okay, so ruler, rotary cutter.
Camera.
Oh, am I out of shot? I am out of shot. Okay. There we go.
See, we're learning something new. I never thought of doing that.
It comes from my experience as a paper crafter and cutting out patterns on paper.
Yeah, if you don't want to match the pocket, you just
slap it on.
Slap it on.
Which I could see that being easier.
But if you did a plain shirt, you wouldn't have to do this. So
that's true. But we don't like plain shirts. Okay, so now we can take that off, right?
Yeah, we can, yeah. Okay.
There we go.
Okay, so
it's not even sticky on the back. Get out of the way.
So we should be able to just put it on top. It pretty much matches. We will have to sew the pocket up. All you do is now is you have to sew the pocket up, and then we can place it on the front.
Okay, now when you say sew the pocket up, what do you mean? Are we folding in the edges?
Yeah, you may have to. We may have to go to the ironing station for this.
But just tell me what you're doing here.
Okay, so where's the top? I'm assuming there at the top. Okay, what we should have done is
marked.
Well, it was attached. We should have.
But you can do it still.
Yeah.
By if you measure down from the. Well, you could do it that way too, I suppose, and then just put your ruler on top and then draw your line.
Okay.
Okay, so you just turned it over to the back side to draw your line. That way you don't have to worry about it being on the front.
Yeah.
So you could use a pencil for that.
I also did it because of the way you fold the fabric.
The way you fold the fabric.
You fold the fabric from this side. You don't fold it from the other side. So I need pencil. Okay, so we'll start. This is top of the pocket, I assume, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, this is top pocket. So what we're going to do now is we're going to iron a 3/8 inch seam on either side here, and we're going to take the steam seam and adhere it.
Okay. So should we mark 3/8 of an inch?
You can just do it by feel. Doesn't really matter.
Well, I'm not comfortable with a 3/8.
Well, it's too bad. Just get to it.
I
It doesn't matter that much. You can be a quarter if you do it. It doesn't matter.
All right,
Okay,
fine.
you just that's about 3/8.
Okay.
So just there. Just go down here.
Okay, let me switch camera. Let's see. Okay, there we go.
You have a camera there?
Yep, it's on. It's a, oh, you're going to want
Oh well, no, it doesn't matter. Here, we're doing.
We're just folding in the edges 3/8 of an inch of a seam, and we're giving it a little press so we have a line. And then I think what we're going to do is put this steam seam along that, like we did with the button band, and then just sew that down to keep it all attached before we sew it to the actual shirt panel. Am I right?
Yeah, we're not done. We have to sew the entire pocket all the way around before.
Yeah, okay, I know, but one step at a time.
Okay, so now what we've done is we've pressed in.
Oh, okay, that was
3/8 of an inch.
Here, wait. Let me get the camera here on the. Right there.
So we step about 3/8. It could be a little off. Doesn't really matter. A little straight. And we're going to put steam seam on the inside of these. And what this does is it'll stick these edges down. So we don't have to sew this part down or something like that. So just put these on. These are ironed on so that
to make the glue stick. So that
make the glue stick, right? So I'm just going to go back to the iron and I'll show you how to pull off the tape.
Isn't this fun? Of course, it said Steven was supposed to be making a shirt, but Steven hasn't done a heck of a lot right now.
Okay, well, Steven can pull off the glue.
Oh, yeah, sure. I get the fun job. Where's my pins? Okay, I get to pull off the protective coating on the glue, not pull
Here,
the.
come here.
Wait, jeez.
Is it stuck?
No.
Okay.
I think you need to give it a little bit more steam. You might not want to put a pocket on a shirt. Are we having fun yet, people? Okay.
This is why a lot of people don't put pockets on shirts.
This is fiddly. Fiddly dee. Jeez. Okay.
Okay, there's two pieces stuck there. So
yeah, I see that. Probably nobody can see what I'm doing. I'm going to switch the camera.
No.
Wrong camera. Wrong camera. There we go. Right camera. Okay. I'm trying to get the bloody paper off the back of this. Holy crap, this is like...
There's an easier way of doing that.
What is it?
Here, grab, pick it up.
Oh.
And pull it off.
Well, why didn't you say that at the beginning?
Well, you wouldn't let me do it, so.
Yeah, well, Stephen makes
Okay.
a shirt, not Walter.
Okay, so now you do this, you stick that down, and you go back to the iron and iron that down.
I can do that. Thank you very much. And you put my iron on backwards. Okay, we are
Okay,
stuck.
so now we've done that. Now we fold this part along the line up.
Why?
Okay, we will see. Now what I need you to do is press that at that line.
Give it a little better finger press.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, press.
Okay, so now what we've done is we have this pocket here, which is stuck together, and we have a line where we folded this up towards the front sides together, right? So this is the top. This will become the top of your pocket, so it will end up looking like that when we're done. So what we're going to do is I'm going to ask Steve to sew 3/8 of an inch on either side of here, just starting at where this fabric is folded over and all the way to the edge. And I'm going to ask him to use a 1-inch stitch length to do that.
A 1-inch.
1-inch stitch length, and to back stitch at both points.
Okay, first of all, let's get a 1-inch. How do I know if I have a 1-inch?
Or not a 1-inch,
just a 1.0?
1.0. I don't know if it's a 1-inch. It's a 1.0. Stitch length.
Okay, stitch length 1.0.
Okay. So now you're going to stitch down here at 3/8 of an inch, which is the edge of your foot.
Edge of my foot right here. Okay, because the needle's in the center.
Right, and back stitch at the front and back of that, and don't go any further than that piece.
So don't go any further than here, the edge.
Yeah.
So can you see this on camera? I'll turn it towards you so you can see. I'm going to start in 3/8 of an inch from this edge, but right here where this fold is, and go up here, and am I going to go across?
No.
Just going to go right,
go straight up
and off.
Yeah.
And I'm going to back stitch at the start and a back stitch at the end.
Yeah, just
to lock
a little
the
one, a lock stitch or whatever you do.
Okay. So I should be able to line it up here with the edge of the foot.
It'll be hard to see. You put your needle down and see where the needle position is.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just trying to get this lined up close. There, I think right there is good. Wait, maybe not. There, I think. What do you think?
Yep, go ahead. If you can't, if it's too hard to back stitch, you can do it, just stitch twice on it.
And I'm going to stop just at the fold, right?
Yeah, well, you can go off the end of the fold if you want.
Oh, I can't?
Because it's going to be a corner. We're going to fold it inside
it. But you want me to back stitch?
Yeah. Okay.
And am I going to do the same thing on the other side?
Yep.
Okay, so can you see here what I've done is I have sewn 3/8 of an inch. That's 3/8 of an inch. Yeah, it is. Okay. 3/8 of an inch. And right there at the edge of this fold here and to the other edge. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side.
Now you just flip it over, do the same thing. Yep. Only you're going the other way around.
Yeah. Well, wouldn't it be easier to do it? Well, no, because you can't. Never mind. I'm not going to cloud the issue with facts.
You didn't backstitch, but anyway.
Oh well, I can go back.
You can go back over it on the other way and sew off. Now you're going on the other side of the foot.
Oh, yeah, but I'm going to follow the stitch line.
Yeah, that's fine. No, you don't sew all the way over it. Just start right there, and I'll do whatever.
Well, do I have to cut my thread then?
No, just do it. Just sew all the way over. You'll get a double stitch. That's okay. Just do it.
Okay, fine. Shoot, I'm going off.
Don't worry about it. Just go.
I went off by 16th.
Well, it'll work out.
Will it quilt out?
It'll quilt out.
All right. So now we've got that. All right.
All right. So now what we do is we're going to trim the edges here because we're going to flip this inside out, right?
Okay.
Do you have applique scissors?
Yes. Why applique scissors?
Only because it's easier than doing it with big scissors.
Well, I have little scissors too.
Okay, so we're just going to...
Okay, I can't see what you're doing.
Trim to the stitch line.
Okay, so you went to where the bottom of the fold is here. Put it underneath the camera so we can see this. So here's this fold. Here's our stitch line. You start at your point here and cut up.
Yeah, to the edge.
Sort of like at a 45-degree angle almost, but not quite.
You can do the other side if you want.
All right, fine.
But be careful where you're... do it on the front. It's probably easier.
Well, yeah, if I do it from this point of view here, right?
Don't cut the stitch line. Don't cut the stitch line.
Okay.
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 So now what we're going to do is fold this inside out. Do you have a point turner?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so we'll fold this inside out like this.
Hold it into the camera.
On either side. And you use your...
And then poke out the
holes.
Poke out the corners, you mean.
The corners. So that'll make your pocket top. You have to reverse do that seam that we did at the top.
Reverse do it. What do you mean?
Well, it was folded the other way, right?
Oh, you mean push it back out?
Push it back out, yeah. So anyway, so what I'm going to get you to do is then push that all back out, do the corners, and sew and press all the way down on either side.
Okay. We are not
where it assumes where it's approximately where it naturally folds.
Okay. So, making sure that that's... But there's no need to use steam a seam on that.
Well, I may add a little bit of steam to that. Okay.
So, oh wait, that I don't like that.
That could be where you sewed double.
Maybe.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. If it looks fairly straight, does it look fairly
straight? Well, it looks straight, yes. But it
looks pretty straight.
All right.
Okay.
Now what? So we've got the pocket.
Okay. So now I want you, just because your bobbin's the same color, I want you to stitch 1/8 of an inch down on the edges here.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're top stitching.
We're top stitching, right? But actually it's going to show on the front.
Yeah, okay.
So, but what I need you to do is start with a little piece of leader or whatever to do that.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're going to get a bunch of thread.
Oh, okay.
In here.
So I'll use a leader piece of fabric. Okay.
Right. And then just 1/8 of an inch all the way down here.
And out.
Oh, yeah.
Do I have to back stitch anywhere?
No. Hang on. Got a little bit a bulge on that.
Well, that's what I said. I thought there was. Or is it an optical illusion because of that fabric? We could pretend it's an optical illusion. This is fiddly, people. Very fiddly. Especially when Walter does it off camera. That I think it's straight.
This is me being picky.
This is involved. This is very involved. Tell me this is the hardest part of the whole shirt.
No.
Oh, damn.
Okay, it's good enough. It'll be fine.
All right.
Okay, so...
so I'm going to stitch. I'm going to use a leader. I'm going to go 1/8 of an inch from the edge along this point, which nobody can see. Yeah. So I'm going to come in here, use a leader piece of fabric. I'm going to stitch 1/8 of an inch all the way along here and right off the fabric.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that'll put a stitch line across the front of the pocket. Of the pocket, yeah.
Okay. Here, just let me move the what?
And use about a 2-inch, not 2-inch, number 2 stitch length.
Okay, a stitch length of 2.
Yeah.
2.0. Okay, set this at 2.0. Okay. Flip it over. Let's get a leader going here. Under my needle. Okay, now we want 1/8.
Okay, actually it's easier to move your needle over and use your foot as a guide.
Okay, so move the needle over.
You can't do it when it's down.
No, no, you can't. How far over?
Go over to about 7. Okay, do that. And use the inside guide, inside of this foot as your guide, right?
Okay.
See when you put it?
Yeah, I know, but I'm how far in should I come on the fabric?
No. Put the fabric on the edge of that foot.
Right? I meant from this point out here.
Oh,
out there.
Oh, you start right at the edge. That's why the leader was there.
Go right off?
Yep. We don't care about back stitching here because the pocket's going to be stitched to the front of the shirt.
Okay. I don't have my little scissors on me. Okay.
Okay, so now we got stitching on the front. Okay, so now Might be a little bit. Make sure these are straight. Because otherwise your pocket's going to be crooked.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to make these edges a little bit straighter, because otherwise I'll have a crooked pocket. As it is, you're a little wonky at the top here. But anyway.
A little wonky at the top. Okay. I don't want to be a little wonky at the top.
Well, you won't notice once the pocket is on.
Yeah, this will quilt out. Walter's pressing it now. And he's still pressing it. I should maybe have a camera set up for the pressing mat too.
Yeah.
Or have to think about how to do that.
Okay, so now what we're going to do here is, I told you it's going to take a while to do this. I will put a little piece of steam seam on these sides here. Oops. Okay, just on the inside here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, geez, that piece is no good. Oh, wait a minute. No, forget it. It's too.
Why not use the glue stick?
I suppose you could if you wanted to.
Well,
I don't know. Will it come through the front of the shirt?
No.
Oh.
Okay, fine. Don't try something new and innovative.
Okay, there's a piece there. What I'm doing is I just want to glue this all down so that it has less of a chance of moving when we put it on the shirt.
I still think glue stick would have been handy.
Okay, so we're just going to put that in.
Or we could have used acorn precision glue.
Okay, yeah, all right.
And that would have worked ideally for this.
Okay.
And so much easier. You don't have to peel it,
Okay.
and it just little drops. That would have worked.
All right. Well, we'll learn something new every time.
Yeah, well. So everybody knows what I'm talking about. The acorn precision piecing glue comes in a little bottle. You just a couple of dots along the edge of it, fold your fabric over on top of it, press it, it seals it, and it's a water soluble glue as well, but it holds. Quilters use it all the time for difficult seams.
Well, we might do it on the other two seams that we have to do just now. Okay, so I'm just going to glue that down.
Because then you don't have to peel the paper off, because that's fiddly.
Okay, so I need you to do fold these over at the bottom here, like we did at the top, like this.
Okay.
And then like that, and then glue them down.
Okay. Let me get my precision piecing glue. Where's my glue? Oh,
this pocket's wonky.
What? The pocket's still wonky?
Yeah, well.
I can't reach this. Oh, okay. There we go. All right.
It'll be fine. Well, I've done wonky pockets before.
Okay, so we are folding this over. You want to match the...
No, what? We'll match what?
The edge
can't
of this?
match it because you're going crooked, right?
Well, yeah, but you can have it at a 45-degree angle, so you've got...
well, whatever. You got to do it at 3/8 of an inch or so.
Okay. Is that 3/8 of an inch?
Yeah, that's good enough.
You know, as quilters, we don't use the term, it's good enough. We're very precise people.
Well, you don't have to.
Well, I'm sorry, but that's the roots I come from.
Well,
okay, so. I'm just using the acorn precision piecing glue. I just put a few little drops on. Now I have to press this down both sides to get the glue to set.
Well, that's fiddly.
Well, it wasn't. You were standing over top of me, nagging at me, so I mean... It seems a little fiddly at the moment because this is the first time I've done this. And I'm trying to be very exact.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is, I'm not using that acorn stuff because I don't like it. We're going to place the pocket on the front of the shirt. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put steam a seam on here on the sides. But I'm not going to adhere it yet. I'm just going to put it down the sides here. And I'm going to put it across the bottom. So we're basically going to glue the pocket to the front of the shirt after we match it up. And so if you want to go iron that on, iron it down. Okay. You don't have to do that bad.
Well, I want to make sure it sticks.
Okay, so
Okay.
we're going to take the paper off the back of the glue right here.
By the way, the precision glue is repositionable.
Okay, that's fine.
Just saying. Whatever. Just trying to make best use of the technology we have.
I'm used to doing it this way, so we're doing it this way.
Well, okay, fine.
You can do it next shirt you do. You can do it whichever way you want.
Fine. This may be
So
the
now
only
what
shirt.
we're going to do is
okay, there's threads under there.
Oh, you can see those threads.
Yeah, I know you did. And what else is under here? A pin, pins. Okay.
Okay, so now we're going to match up the pocket to the pattern here.
And look, it's disappearing.
Best we can.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to how you're going to get that tape off once you got this down and not move it.
What tape off? We don't take the tape off.
Oh.
The tape is off. Right?
No, it's not.
I unpeeled it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Didn't you watch me?
No, I was busy doing other things. Do you expect me to watch you every step of the way? Like, how do I learn from that? I don't know. Anyways, okay, so you did peel the paper off. Okay, because I was a little worried about that. I thought you were lining it up first and then, but I get it because steam a seam is repositionable, right? Until you hit it with steam.
Yeah.
Until you iron it down. So, yeah. And because it's got a little bit of stickiness to it there, it does help you to keep it from shifting while you're trying to line everything up.
Where's a pin? And it's not lining up quite right in the bottom here, which is weird. It's not quite lining up. Which is weird. Maybe a little off.
You might want to give yourself a day when you come to this part of the shirt making process. You may want to fast forward through this part as well.
I think the fabric got stretched.
Or maybe you just didn't match it up properly.
No, it should be
Oh,
fine.
yeah, sure. It's always the fabric's fault. Yeah. Whatever. Oh, that's looking pretty good to me.
Yeah, okay. So where's another pin?
There's a whole thing of them right there in front of
Okay,
you.
so we're kind of matched up. And what we're going to do is you go and steam the edges on here. Try not to hit the pin.
Yeah, I gather.
He's just going to steam the edges down. Okay, so now we've got a pocket that matches the shirt, pretty much.
Okay.
Right?
Now what?
Okay, so now I need you to take the pocket and at 1/8 of an inch, stitch all the way around.
Except at the top.
Except don't go across the top.
No, because then you don't have a pocket. You have
right.
a patch. Okay. Let's move the camera over here. A little bit more. Okay. So I'm already set up with a 2.0 stitch length. Is that the right stitch length?
Fine.
And my needle is already adjusted over at 7.0 to the right.
Right.
So I'm going to line up with the inside of the foot.
Right.
In here. And we're going to stitch right as close to the top edge as we can get it, right?
Yeah.
Again, you may want to fast forward through this little part here because I'm not stitching very fast. Okay, so and pivot. This is where if you have your machine has the capability of you having the machine stop with the position down, it will make sewing this a little easier. So you can pivot, which is what I am doing. And we're coming up to just the last, that's the word I want, words fail me, side of the pocket. And we're coming up to the top. We don't want to go off the top. Just come close and then tie off.
Yep. Go ahead.
Okay.
Okay, so now you have a pocket adhered to the front of your shirt.
Let's get the camera around here so people can see what we're talking about. Oops. Okay, so there's my pocket, but you can't
we're not
see
done
it.
yet.
Oh, we're not done. Should I trim this little piece of thread?
Yeah, you can do that.
Where are my little snips? I'll use these ones.
Okay, now what we have to do, but I'm not sure how easy it'll be do on camera. We're going to do a tack stitch on either side of the pocket here, a very small stitch called a tack stitch, and it's like a, what do you call it? Almost like a small satin stitch on either side. And what that'll do is it'll, when he keeps putting his glasses in and out of his pocket, it'll keep the stitches from pulling out of the edges of the pocket.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to have to do that off camera because I have to set him up for it, and I don't know what stitch it is on his machine. So
Okay, well, we'll get it set up and then we'll come back and
right.
take a look at that. Okay, so what Walter did was he picked this particular stitch here, which on my machine, my M7, it is number 16 under all the decorative stitches. And then he went ahead and do it again. And you see what it's doing. When you get it to the length you want, then you hit the reverse button. Don't you?
Well, I didn't do it on this one because it's got it in memory.
Oh, okay. So it just automatically does it now once you've done it once.
So this is what we've got is a little teeny, this is the big stitch that we did. This is just a little teeny stitch, and what it is a tack down stitch for the corners of your pocket.
Okay. And we're talking about the one, he's showing you two because he did it twice.
It'll be one
like that.
One on either side of the pocket, like that.
Okay.
Okay.
So you'll have to play around with your machine to see what that setting is on yours. Okay, I've already done, what did you call this? A tack down?
A tack down stitch.
I've already done it on this side, which you can't see in here. So I'm going to do it here. It's kind of tricky getting it lined up on this machine, especially when Walter tells me one thing.
Well, it works a tiny bit different than on my machine. So
okay, so the red dot I want to line up with the stitch line I already have on here, and I want to bring it close to the top.
Yeah.
And we've already got it set in here, so it should do this automatically. That one looks a little better than my first one. Need scissors. Okay. You won't be able to see this in the camera. It's just that's just too much.
It's a very dense stitch. It's almost like a satin stitch.
But it's very tiny.
It's a very tiny. It's just to hold the top of the pocket in place, so it doesn't, when you're ramming your glasses in it, it doesn't pull out the stitches.
Okay, so yeah, you're not going to be able to see this. I'll try and get it up. It's right, no, you're not going to be able to see that. It's right here at the top of the pocket. But it's very, very, it's almost like a dot, a small dot of thread that's holding it in. And there's another little stringing here. I don't like stringies.
Okay. Now your pocket is done.
Okay. I think that's it for today. Yep. But you see, it's invisible. And there it is. It's a pocket. Can you see that? There. Okay. So let me switch my camera over. I can't see because I haven't got my glasses on. Should have had them in my pocket. Above cam. There we are. Okay. So, yes. This one was challenging. This is the most challenging thing I've done so far on the shirt. Actually, now that I see how you do it, I don't think it's hard, but it is tedious. And if you want to match the pocket up, that's the biggest part. The hardest part, I think, is matching the pocket up and keeping everything straight. If you don't care about matching your pocket, or you don't need to match the pocket, then I think it's going to be a lot easier.
Yeah, then all you do is sew the pocket up and put it on the front and stitch it around the edges if you're not matching it. The matching part is the part that's tedious to do.
Yeah, that's what I just said. So the other thing too that I have learned for me today is if I do this in the future, I will use the precision pressing glue from Acorn, and I would also use the glue stick for adhering the pattern piece to the fabric, for cutting it out for the pocket. Yeah, but it is tedious, so give yourself lots of time if you're going to do this. But the end result is You can't see that pocket. I can't see that pocket. Well, you can't see it because I haven't got the camera on it right now. But anyways, okay. So we're done for today. Thank God. You may want to fast forward through certain parts here. As I said, what's next week?
So next week what we'll do is shoulder seams, and then we'll probably do sleeves.
Let me just... Okay, so what you said you were going to do...
Yeah, well, the shoulder seams are easy to do, so that won't take very long. And then we'll start on doing the sleeves.
Okay, so that's what we have to look forward to next week. So thank you for bearing with us today. I know this video is kind of long, but you saw why it's long. Okay. So thanks for being patient with us, and we'll see you next week as we continue to work on this shirt. Stephen makes a shirt. See you later. Say goodbye, Walter.
Goodbye.